Now, I mentioned earlier we'd had a tip over the weekend about a savage assault on an elderly woman. There is a photograph on our website I'd urge you to look at because it just sums it up. The woman is sitting on the steps of a church, dazed, bloodied. She's been robbed in the most appalling fashion. I think 6 o'clock in the morning or thereabouts, opening the church. She's in hospital, serious injuries. That photograph sums up the nature of this crime, and I would love to do whatever we can to catch the people involved. I'll talk to the police later. Have a look at the photograph, 3aw.com.au. We got a tip on it. We want to try to help. We've contacted the family. On the line is the woman's daughter-in-law, Erin Katsavas. Good morning.
Good morning, Neil.
How old's your mother-in-law?
She's 78.
And what's her name? What's her first name?
Penelope.
How is she?
She is eternally positive. That's just her nature, but she's very unwell.
What are her injuries, Erin?
She has a fractured pelvis. She has a broken wrist, and she has bleeding on her brain.
Goodness.
In 2 places.
Goodness me. What happened? When was it? Saturday morning, was it?
Saturday morning, yes. She always goes, they live on the same church, street as the church, so she was going down to open it up for a church service. And, yeah, she was attacked as she opened up the church.
Does she know why?
No, and that's one of the awful parts of the story is that they did initially take her shopping trolley, but they just discarded it without stealing anything. No money, not her phone. So they've just done it.
For fun?
Well, yeah.
How many people?
2, a male and a female.
Was she able to give a description of them?
She was able to give a description of the male, which is the person who actually hit her and pushed her and kicked her.
He's kicked her what? Kicked her on the ground?
Yes.
Jeez.
Yeah. Pretty awful.
And did he say anything to her?
She said that he was just yelling, sort of nothing that she could understand, but just yelling.
Is it drugs? Is it drugs, do you think?
Yes, that's what she thought, yes.
Okay, so they just bashed her. And how long was she there before she could get help?
So she was just left on the steps of the church for about half an hour until, I'm not sure if it was a council worker, but somebody that was cleaning the street found her and called the police. So we're just really lucky that it wasn't worse.
How does she feel about it? I mean, it's one thing to have physical injuries. The psychological pain can be significant. How does she feel about it?
She's a really strong woman, so she's very practical about it. So she knows, that it was a random sort of thing, and she's doing okay. Better than I would be, I think.
She will make a full recovery, do the doctors say?
We don't really know. It's too early to really tell what the ongoing issues will be because it's only been a couple of days and they're still monitoring what's going on with her brain. As far as the broken wrist, of course, that will heal. Broken
pelvis is nasty at that age, though. Well, any age, but particularly at her age.
Yes.
I assume she's determined to get back to the church, though, is she?
She is, very. Very.
What does the family feel? I mean, it's such an horrendous thing to happen to anybody, but to an elderly woman opening a church, I mean, it's symbolic of the horror, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just really shocking, to be honest. We're just shocked that it happened and how it happened and just devastated for her.
Is there anything we can do?
Look, I think it's really... We want the people who did this to be found so that, firstly, they can't do it to anybody else and that they're held accountable for what they've done. Because they've hurt her so severely and then it's just a snowball effect out around her, with my father-in-law and
how's he?
The rest of our family.
How's he doing?
It's very difficult for him because he's not well. She's his full-time carer, so...
Oh.
my husband's jumped in to fill that gap. Yeah.
Okay, well, we will get on to the police. Anybody help? 1800 333 000. And it's, can we name the church?
Yes.
What is it?
It's St Constantine and Helen in South Yarra.
Barry Street?
Yes.
That photograph too, Erin, that's just so... Well, it's heart-wrenching, isn't it, when you look at that?
It is. It's awful to see, somebody that... Anybody like that, but someone that, is so precious to us. It's heartbreaking to see her like that.
Hold on, we'll have a chat to you off air and organise what happens from here. We will try to talk to the police. I'd recommend you have a look at that photograph. Now, we've got more photographs of her injuries. We're not going to show those because I don't want to identify the woman and I don't want to... They are horrible. Just take my word for it, they're horrible. But this photograph sums up the situation. If you can help, have a look at it. If it doesn't move you, nothing will. 1800 333 000. Crime Stoppers. I'll talk to the police later.